If someone hasn't heard of the inPen system or the Smart MDI system, what is it?
Yeah, it's a great question. The way I typically describe it is, first you have the insulin injection device, which is a smart connected device. It is logging and tracking all of the injection, the insulin that's being delivered. Then you have your CGM, which most of us are familiar with CGM, but that's what's measuring glucose values. And these two pieces of information are coming together into an app that's tracking the doses, it's tracking the glucose values, and it's giving dosing recommendations and helping patients and users to understand how much insulin do I need to take based on my current glucose value and what I'm eating. It works with the Guardian 4 sensor. So that sensor is the standalone CGM that's giving you the continuous readings. No finger sticks are required. You still use the Guardian app to, let's say, pair the transmitter, start the sensor. And that app is what's collecting the glucose data. Mm-hmm. But then you use the inPen app, so 2 apps, but the inPen app really becomes your primary source for therapy management, mm-hmm. because the inPen connects via Bluetooth to the app. And then once you connect your app to the CGM data, all of the glucose data, the trend arrows, the insulin data, it's all in that one single inPen app. Mm-hmm. So I kind of describe the CGM app as where I do sensor management. It's where I change my sensor. It's where I configure alerts. But the inPen is what I go to for day-to-day decision making. Mm-hmm. And then the actual physical pen, mm-hmm. it works with Novo Rapid, Fiasp, and Humalog. So that's the rapid-acting insulin. Comes in you get pre-filled cartridges that are put into the injection device. Once you pair it to the app, it wakes up the battery, and it's good for 365 days, and it doesn't require recharging. So one less device that we have to remember to plug in at the end of the night and keep charged. And another feature that I just enjoy a lot is that it tracks and monitors insulin temperature. So whether you live in a cold climate or a warm climate, it is tracking the temperature. And if something is exposed to too extreme of heat, it'll notify the patient in their app.
So the Smart MDI system has been out in the US for quite a long time. inPen has been there. It's very new in Europe. What has your experience been like listening to users in Europe? Has the uptake been significant? What has the initial impression been like from the diabetes community at the continent?
Yeah, so we've been really conscious about doing a soft launch of the product, making sure that we're listening to patient feedback, user experience, and preparing for a more large-scale launch. So in April, we will be in 18 countries officially in Europe, including the UK. So we're really getting ready to go full scale.
Final question, mm-hmm. in regards to access to the Smart MDI system, based on your kind of initial soft launch in the EU, how has your work on coverage from various public healthcare systems been like in Europe? Has the feedback been positive? Is it subsidized well here?
Yeah, so think about it in relation to access to sensor, but now the sensor comes also as a package as the Smart MDI system. If you have CGM coverage, that's what we're using for the reimbursement model. And with that, we include the Smart Insulin Pen. So now you have access to a Smart MDI system. And accordingly, we're moving through the steps of really building out the category of what Smart MDI is, so we can continue to look at expanding coverage for that system as a whole.